okayfm 101.7.
Na yani ka mama ne se eye ambassador Ocquaye Jnr lawyer kane abana senior na ohwe India ene ne mpotamu wo ha na enei mampani ewe na dwuma na ose wagba dwuma sabre ibra na ebehwe free zones authority so efa emame na ene ambassador wa ha na yene no baba betwetwe enkomo na yehu sede eniema esitie ewo ho na enkomo no esi pai mienu samunim do me kwa benya aha wono so eye eho na memete oye incoming MP wumpo incoming MP aha yene no ebetwetwe enkomo yene no ebetwetwe enkomo no wache akwa ba
opportunity kese who to say o
boko
na wo de one nyane kwame de ne bi ambush wo de wo kono diet
aye direct ade na direct
yo na ya ba he de yeah road show and so for the Ghana Free Zones Authority and also what we call after 2 years of becoming CEO and you know and then Maba as CEO to come and also talk about business matters but me be sure anyway say no the politics no the by and then kwa the means role but me person me focusing on the entire Baha, which is Ghana Free Zones near Mano. Intime Banon Sono, many head of business development and research, lawyer Lawrence Osei Boating, on also Ewa. Yebeshe, Sani me come to me.
Oh, okay. Yamamu na kwa basusu.
Yo penny me so me chia woni with you for na ma femo minim say okayfm ye me ne wa bonkomo a couple of times then so me ba studio a check intino abibia fine catch a young girl na dan odi wache na wa ma me bi ni say na de me ne na ne bedi sa wache ni onko to bi mrana on frankusi anka o me de me fish on frankusi anka
yate na enkomo no ye wie nso a ye bedi party ho nkomo kakra ene
yo de mate
na ma me sawe August 2021 and I appointed Chief Executive Officer Ghana Free Zones Authority by His Excellency Adan Akufo-Addo. Na wotena 2 years ni e de bay na obakasa story no na dia no watumi ayo
yo first of all me am dikan echia etiefo ni na me start with what is the Ghana Free Zones Authority for?
Because before we be human kro say bia Ghana Free Zones no wo ye dey and special economic zones no stand for what?
You know, let's start with Ghana Free Zones mako special economic zones. Ghana Free Zone Authority no a authority it is in existence to promote exports in Ghana.
Okay.
So we a company who export more than 70% of the who produce say 80% to 90% to amanonini na to say be Morocco ame kobana say omo dey 80%. Obia won the rules. And free zone a international thing. Say wo Ghana o, wo Morocco, wo Dubai o, wo America or more free zone ewo. The only difference is they operate differently. But Krobiano, in order to create wealth, create jobs, create expertise, create technological advantage, almost a free zone scheme. In the Ghana, so it will be to say Ivory Coast or more in China. So what is it for? Sir, 70% no. Say who export here. Government let's say obemao certain incentives no kyerɛ sɛ ɔmbɛma wo nneɛma bi a ɔmode bɛboa wo sɛ wonim sɛ ekuafoɔ ɛwɔ aburokyire sɛ yɛma ɔmo subsidy sɛ wonim sɛ ɔmo produce milk
sure
ne nneɛma a yɛma ɔmo subsidy
yeah I know
to help their businesses grow into no
even in the agricultural sector no sir
yes into farmers no munya subsidy na ama prices above them so na me chere no into no when so no incentive a ye dey ma enkrofo a omo produce out so that they can bring wealth into the country nenso we dey was me kan 30% and 10% and 20% are what local markets na there it is subject to the local law and you know the unya incentives ni bi so for example income tax for 10 years
wow
and no we are now omaboa what build a business after that we be 15 years and we say we are local and we 25% into various exemptions to say withholding tax VAT all the various exemptions now and no be brain you know wow we are interested was so 70% no oba you be check all the custom formalities you are exempt from indirect taxes and levies sande men nyina no you know be di ehon komo now no ewie no the next thing ye Ghana free zones managing special economic zones or industrial park. Now, so we share ye free zone na temana. And Krovoka free zone. And not just say only free zone companies
okay.
And you know, companies never hono or more me free zone or more license. Or more de ye free zone exemption na customs ni GRA any immigration any so memo certain peculiar and particular exemption and no yet for omwa omenya sa license no na wahwe na wetimi dia ye eduma. Secondly, say ye ka special economic zone not just say enye just a free zone but ye also an area ye de ye special work to say manufacturing to say production into a multi-purpose free zone only free zone license but special economic zone a special zone with economic activity they are about together and you say a bois in terms of aggregate margins and so on and also one of the Niema Ghana free zones and generally no background as an organization. Now, when in area no, and also a boy and saying because Obia Soria, Abia, Ghana free zones, Omuni, added among tax. But your tax and Kwan and Boa.
Yes, oh, now about foreign company, no man who won't pay tax near the idea. Your tables are
good. Intimate tackle ni me no, that's a foreign company no, any tax no.
Okay.
First of all, yenina company be amaga na be free zones ye was zero. Yenishi.
Osa.
Unishi. Sa company number unyashi.
Debi.
In the tax unya. But company ne ba in the free zones tax unya de. Nenso ye benya den ejuma. Yenye ejuma wi ye benya foreign currency. Yenya foreign currency wi ye be say nya companies are omuche skills. Sa skills no ebimu kra esua wie de kosete omo companies e wo free zone wa ewia you will be a friend of knowledge transfer and also yenya nyema ahoro bebre but you don't get the tax so obeyin tikase will you rather let the company go to Nigeria or go to Ivory Coast and go and give them jobs?
No.
Go and give them knowledge transfer. Go and give them all the various benefits without the tax. No. This is a non-tax regime with many other benefits. So that is the first aspect I was saying. Now, ebi mo so kase company no I say abrofo de nkwa omo a private company there. In fact, free zone company only ni ye adwuma unlike most government companies no unhyɛ da ntumi ndi ne so ntumi hyɛ da nka nkyerɛ deɛ ɔnyɛ ntumi hyɛ da nyɛ nneɛma bebree free zone company no ɔmo yɛ adwuma wɔ aburokyire enti no most of them kra no ɔmo tumi nya ɔmo headquarters ɛwɔ aburokyire nanso ɛnyɛ true sɛ because ɔyɛ adwuma wɔ aburokyire nti no ɛyɛ broni company
okay
ɛno ne difference na nkurɔfoɔ nte aseɛ no so export company no ɛbɛtumi ayɛ fully Ghanaian operating in an international market but is not a foreign owned entity. Into what free zone companies now, that's over 200 companies now. We statistics no, and now we percentages now. We will say local Ghanaians ebe 30%. Ebuchemu treya, say na ye koko, ochemu ebusan, ye 30%, and no ewo. Now another 33% abrofo.
Okay.
And na 33 or so akano, 30% or so akano, and also both foreign and Ghanaian. Not just say ebi a wuti kese wo company bi a friend okay, but o partner no broni and our partner no another African. And we share companies are Ghana for woman is over 60%. So it cannot be say a Abrofo company. Yes, they operate in foreign areas because of export, but indigenously participated companies.
Okay,
and also there now. You say money clear.
It's not just that the young crofo can say okay, a concept no a favor foreigners no and more than nationals no. And yes,
Baby, into Ocquaye recently no, maybe one of your sister stations at Check Accra, Ebeka, in Sembi say, road show or road tour of Ghanaians. You call Baby Bebre, you call for example East Legon Executive Club. Sadano. Moi kasamu penyi despite no so hobby specialize penifo no bebre no mo e ma ye kire mo free zone concept na se ama ebi mo kra ye interested a omo be ye hu adwuma ye call en so ye fa obi ti say ambassador Edward Boatin our head of Siga at that time no e ka ye ho na ye 2 million mo dinkita ho no continuously and locally. For example, Kwewu members club ye call ye call baby bebre your person Ghana for ehunu say incentive bi wo ho say man crofo ebi mo kra mo exporting 100% is omudim say free zone incentive e wo ho enti men have taken it upon myself and my team say you be call apro you be call Ghana all round you be call from Accra to Kumasi to Takrade all around the country near Ghana for ehunu say bibi wo say se wo ya ubetumi e de tumpuntu me be say me man one example be of a company Ghanaian company omo tax no omo de to nchen and omo de expand the company no sa niche cocoa company me say we niche chocolate we bia
yes
and then no Ghanaian company we be factory in Germany we be factory in America why international Ghanaian player adentina de bia obi beba country abe ye ejuma yenso say yetumi boy homode a yenso betumi akonka the world inti sane niema free zone authority no ede aboa inti president Nana Akufo-Addo wutumi say neni abre a free zones no opese ede boa Ghana na me nua de na ye kanisa so nim country to say Singapore yeah small country. Yeah, 6 million visa.
Yeah, a very nice
country.
Now
Now Singapore no, omonkwa no, ometumi edi, and ometumi ato, baby on be produce. No,
baby.
Enti no omono, if you know, they have one of the biggest ports in the world. It's for export. Omo yenzwa, omo produce ma India.
Wami Indonesia for
yes. India population 1.3 billion. China population 1.4 billion. America 250 million. It is our 6 million people who produce billions of people. But almost because they focused on production for export and benefit. And Ghana so a small country. Ghana for yeah no so I bet me edi ana you bet me e use be every produce no. Yes, so you focus on production for exporter. Apart from creating jobs, besides creating wealth. Now Ghana so it's a prosperous country for the citizens. It's a idea I was say you need break. Say you be promote all forms of export because export don't do 70% grand found. 50% when you free zone benefit still business no cost when you profit. This is something that we give to the big players to be able to compete with the other big players. In the export no very very important for Ghana's economy, Ghana's economical growth and the development of the nation as a whole. Very important.
Na ma me twa ade ba we so no ye sa implementation of these schemes yi ekwan a efa so aboa oman nyina no na ma msa companies are operating currently under the scheme no omo ye be say
omo ye be over 200 companies at the moment.
Hey, and also
and nobody me can say also because we are since 1995.
Okay.
Yes, since 1995. And all these companies no ye juma but me say me buy no I've brought in another about 78 or so companies. But when him say the free zone scheme no very strict. And son will be your license no it has to be scrutinized by the board. Okay. Of course bibia we are saying no obi wo ho obi person be dey abuse. But it is scrutinized by the board. Almost scrutinizing we are na yama or license. And you know a processor you go through over the year. Usually your average you be 21, 22. But and then your average for the past 2.5 years 28. Because you near brepa ye jumadin board members near very very senior and very dedicated. In fact, I say be more license ground board members omutina kamu o business no e was savulugu tomu wherever it is no ombeba ho abe inspect you be check EPA.
It didn't just say metwasia it's not only within the enclave.
No, and I can say and a very good question so we be sir because not at all. A license and a day. So once your company is licensed, no Ghana Free Zones, you better say, "Hey, be now we a share butter production company." Until we base it in the north and transport finished products instead of raw material.
Okay.
Because when you mean him say transporting raw materials, so sometimes more delicate.
Very.
But what the BBI munanka say into scrana with the two can now with the bar. Easy and no the bongblo na share container mu na no an say eba but ebia toast na kasa na odbegu ka mu e dia batema say wo benyama by the time be duru ha no maybe ehunsuo ana ebia peche na aye basa entino we allow the companies say wo ya brobel wo ye whatever no wo betu set it up in your locality or area of production and in fact some of them cry no we allow them to go to various areas ejumeni ho enti utumi set ejuma ho incentives be so and no the free government direct ahunso benya enti we no na ya niema ya dema in various incentives normal fan set factories all over the country. Now in terms of what will be achievement niema for the last 2 years no Sesiano so share your investments since 2021 August. In terms of exporting within these 2.5 years we have done $8.2 billion worth of exports. So we call capital investment in Swaba we are talking about $520 million. Meaning, say, ya free zones way now obi could drain tax one. Will we have got all this benefit? No. Enti say we share kind of figures. Ya be say even production, for example, me ma no be income. production no $7.4 billion worth. That is being produced under free zone licenses only. Moving out of this country and bringing wealth to Ghana. But when you know, I was say near maybe akadia bi eka ho ansana yebetua ye niye, because obia setting up the factory one thing na ohia pa nsuo. Na me ba no one thing your friend say me predecessors ono mo obudi me kan no obi to say opinion Trebefi honorable obi to say opinion Kojo Tumbuafo many omo tenase ifa wa menya okra no frɛ no ebisa ne say na dwuma ye koye si e ya magana fo na mebwa enya MPP enya NDC eye Ghana enti wo kɔ baby a we hear experience we hear so be tufo oma wa idea ni we a opa obefa opa honfa, but at least we consultation ebisa say edwuma ye te sen na one thing omo mienu eka kire me ne say insio enti opani me ba e me disi me ni so pa. First thing insio na ye obe 35% ewo ye industrial park ewo tema export processing zone na have producers na pa, because insio omoto tank insio e di omboka every day dia obe expense insio no e ba no so minia efi omokosa wo lagoon bi mu a ehia uni bebi efiba uni insio crowd sometimes you go polytank once na we the color factory so there and you different enti no many Ghana water tenase e presca to ho and a Ghana water consultants and engineers obe ye new piping system, new pumping system, and then yenya about 75% upward. But in which you know yen solve ye enti the ma yen cry ye in more kasa about this interview recently no ye a grant of 1.7 million euros yenya free the German based GIZ KFW any investment for employment IFE or more invest into the industrial park so that industrial park no air function ye dia na yetumi create more jobs. In the sense no ye de ye insuo ho adwuma, because you say insuo ho adwuma hia pa se obenum bi o se odi bi ye adwuma o ene hia enti no sesia no capacity na e wono 1.5 million in terms of gallons and eno ye 1 million down 500.5 up. You build double the capacity. Now eno no yetumi enya double eno no you say okay 1.5 na yenya no plus the 5 no eno 2. Now assign ye another same we need 4 to be able to work in the enclave, because in Sione here no edoso pa as much as 4 million gallons there here. Etino ya no so ewie na ye bie insuo no no ada niema so a ye pese ye de boa energy ye nyina ye nim se opanyi o ye energy a India na mfiba tigase okoho a omo produce pa enso pollution bebre obeko China omo ye industrial revolution te say nana adodankwa ekufo ado eken pollution nkwa, but Ghana I was say to me esua e freeze up mistakes here. So those who are the climate watchers, the environmentalists in Ghana, those who care about our carbon emissions no almost any atenase akache and say sesiano let's look at areas like gas a cleaner energy. Let's look at areas like solar a cleaner energy into where the next step of Niema ya start these particular areas.
Okay. Re and yet mami misa adie we say am for sending me test say so obi o ho a e bi opese sa benefits here okay can war free zone say wonye bi obego about it say
me patro me da say free zone scheme no first of all your office ewo cantonment your office ewo tema your office ewo takrade and your office ewo kumasi na say ndie obi atumi use Google obi atumi use app obi atumi call social media into what type Ghana Free Zone Authority number now pay what any of these areas ebeba. But as Ghana Free Zones, one problem higher at this moment the fact say yen sase I what temasa na asase what temasa yen tenase emfa yen sa ento yen nine so say oh yeah yentumi nya hwe
eno na asanse enkrofo a enkrochi anase
oh they be enkrofo
ato
industrialists because say industrial land ye ton acre enti eno de Ghana for any abrofo ena omo ye industry e wo Ghana omato
okay
omato ewie no yenso yemia yeni akope another 1200 acres e wa fienya I know the next industrial park free zone I know so ever enti no ye catch business community in Ghana preko say sa insasine so ye ready enti wa ready say we beto industrial park land no bra na betobi afienya there you know is next to Tema, so very easy access to all the amenities that Tema has, say road to a harbor a honina and so a camo it's no see idea ayeshe ebi so ewo Kumasi after Kumasi so no ebi ewo second D any Shama
okay
Edrana mene Kwame ebon ko Kwame na ohame yeah can roads in Semosiona na binam say wa the only taxi by or say road no between Takrade and Secondino they are doing it means me officer what Takrade no and na ye enclave no baby aye danko take cement all those almost Secondi it me drew Takrade and say sa kwan na me fa so it you know the omo ye ne aka no so no de minim say omo hwe na omo aye ho adwuma enti temanso te sa temanso omo good port won say recently no omo si sa railway line here say Tema in Pakadan railway na sa railway no eko afenya ho enti no se wo ko other countries te say Morocco ne niam omo no okuta free zone ana special economic zone e wa ha no na we see railway in between na railway no e de niam no port owie ya pe na eko enti we ya de a ya hwa ya pese ya di edwuma ebi nso e wo secondary railway no so sa gas no so wo ho but Accra de no de gas no de fe de abesi epona no a fe ye ba be hwe how to distribute it into the Tema enclave enti afenya de no de be starting no with gas ye be starting no with also rail support na ye de akade nyina no aka ho preko ye sewage system water system we nyina ye sua e wo Tema no e ya de a many me team yeni abre a ye be make sure say ye eco friendly climate sustainable free zone special economic zone okay. Very important say ben sir
now mama fa question be right 2024 election budget no reading no we say government say one more cite 15-month growth strategy I no free zone project ni na or by attract investment na wa create job opportunities now free zones how are you positioning yourself?
So you position yourself no very very strategically. First of all no so you focus on working with donor agencies who want to create jobs. And don't Sasika for example first one yabe. Another area investment into our special economic zones.
Okay.
And you know Shama the say no yene an investor from Dubai ya sign MOU but within the next month no ye ba sign another contract I follow up from the MOU the A9 say is an intention to create a legal relation but intention has not yet been concretized yeah say is your aya ye we enti no ye ko Now if they can sign a new year within the next 2 weeks to 1 month, and also at the 200 to 250 million, that is phase 1 and phase 2 of investment. And no, for example, now finance minister Ekan Wasem, how the budget of 2024 is going to work on a growth strategy, about leverage free zone projects and attract more investment, because some investment now you have to get anchor tenants. Apart from the anchor tenants, you have to get industry, you have to get services. And our services apart from say manufacturing and now value addition to our raw materials, our brain sika. One thing our brain sika, our brain more jobs, services. Because
services, okay.
Yes, what setting up services company or Ghana, you can export the services and qualify for free zone. And for example, oil and gas industry, and then offshore, or Nigeria, but we're based in Ghana, you qualify. So in mining, so on say Burkina Faso, Chad, all these countries are more very good mining, Guinea. But most of the companies, they don't feel safe to base there.
Okay.
Or base in Ghana, no more provided services no. And no, you be encouraged because you see now they bag Ghana, we do Ghana. And you be encouraged, you be more free zone certificate. Because you know him say Ghana no, we are the second safest country in Africa according to the Global African Peace Index.
Okay.
Now, first, Mauritius, Mauritius, and so they wouldn't mean him say outside Africa. Just outside. Mauritius, one crowd. So we will move, baby. Yeah, kind of. And the whole mainland of Africa, no, we are virtually the safest country. So, and no, incentive and crop person mobaha, no more almost services. But one area of service a boy and pa a juma be between about a business process outsourcing or BPOs.
Okay.
For example, so companies say Visa and MasterCard, providing services all over the world. Interior, the big India, the big Philippines. Say Jumana Ghana for na Hano. So they say unemployment graduate association. Efititi, but also Okaya. Not just say young graduates no, dear here in Juma and no see a white collar. Intinosa, Visa, MasterCard, various companies, the cat omuni na omuye bino. You bet me young graduate at na them a way air condition. Say no na opa, obi wa no so performing or the yen Juma when yen sika. Would there be a white collar na ope?
White collar job.
Yes, ubet na them to say a tikasi na wampel a computer na unya computer waka brofo fine brofo a ye chen wo Ghana no won say Ghana for ye kan brofo clear pass say wa weti other countries on brofo a bit different. Sometimes it's so difficult to hear.
Cape Coast University kwa no me kai say wo mo kire Ghanaian English.
I see. Not just the linguistics, not just the language, but linguistics and how to pronounce your words. No, very clear. Ghana for Achedie. And you know, a BB between the year Juma in that industry because Omo compete India, Philippines.
Very, very good. I think this is not coming.
And then when I come, maybe to me,
your price is not coming.
And now, if you teach you, Ghana for I say taking it serious. So, and no, you be so Ghana free zones, you all over the country and all over the world to let people know the advantage Ghanaians have. We have one of the best education in Africa. Sure. We have one of the best IT trained youth, and we want to attract companies. No mumra. It's a idea yeni abrepa. Now we kaya just last 10 days because President ho and yedi company biaba, and also we are going to work with it through the YE.
Okay.
Me oha omaba omuni mbebo nkomo omudi one set of jobs 20,000 jobs ever started. Wow. Very difficult to get that number in a factory.
No.
And I know you start. Now we a company being so and yes omu job we because they are working in South Africa, they are working in Kenya.
Oh wow.
And they have over 100,000 jobs there. And on person Ghana crowd here on babe no kesi crowd more after a time. And you know e ni brisem e was say ye ni break near pe injuma Emma Ghana for but a fe na eba Ghana for omo a degree Ghana for omo a qualified with IT skills and yes we any degree be about which you akoye sage money be until let us equip ourselves, let the youth also learn, study hard. Now opportunities be say ba na yetumi e de aboa na Ghana so etumpon.
Na mama nhwe the issue of after kwan be na mo bafa so apushi say businesses no e be take advantage of after na mo so mo ankasa no so no businesses be na mo free say so mo attract o to the free zones me say wabobo piso de.
Yes, I know they are very good. After now, can I know the Africa Continental Free Trade Area now, me boy.
Sure.
So I know now with them say unim business circles ne panti after now can. But ABA na eti for ni be nim what after is. Intina men so many be kan na omatias here easier. Now after no area Africa trade. Opening unim say Africa trading among ourselves, the Bruni friend intra trade no, 15%.
Oh,
15%. Europe, omo intra trade 75%.
Ye man.
And so ye trade with Amanoni more than that. More than the 15%. So there's a basic problem. Meanwhile, ye importing yama, not just a hianyama. Enti nyema na ye hia no ye nya wo ha ne ntonma ye ho eno na ye hwe no enti after no because of that so me ankasa me buy no must set it up after desk ye wo after offices no they are under the auspices of opinion osebwati enti mema wa mawo information
okay
thank you
Lord me mo kwaba
Boko.
Question you about you say your question na me too.
Medas for me chobia. Sana CEO Ocquaye no free zone so after no we as a member of the National Coordinating Office I under Ministry of Trade and Industry no. Yeah, as an agency yes we are setting up after Dex office. I Ghana Free Zones headquarters. Ejuma I say free zone company but be any other company who approach here will take you through the process in terms of how to export your goods, what are the incentives, what are the rules of origin na sabe rules of origin Ghana no Chamber of Commerce any customs and they give the license. And yes, so yeah, making sure so you better documentation. Me I recommend you for approval our customs any Chamber of Commerce. And after no Ghana Free Zones no ya fan very very personal. Sebe you go so sensitization to our companies all over Ghana. Yakota Krade, Yakokumase. Me no can say your officers our voter regional mo participate in the AGI voter expo. And I say my presentation will have a fair. Enti mefa kunye so akachi chief for say if you want to know about the after you can approach the Ghana Free Zones Authority. Rules of origin so sebe eno kire say sana ye nyina your birth certificate no product bia so ne birth certificate any rules of origin. That's the meaning of rules of origin. And you must prove say product no efi Ghana. Enti oba send ye be making sure say ye be making sure so documentation in na ye pepe to approve say rules of origin no wa pass pepe. Eni na so eka preferential treatment under SEZ negotiations no nyina ekoso sabi CEO no or a key member in the Africa Economic Zone organization. They just came from an annual conference in Morocco, Sena Orkano. So we are making sure we project the interests of free zones under the SEZ policy and after. Thank you.
Now, hello. Sustainability. Problem. So, how do you sustain this momentum of a yina?
I mean, I won't say, self-motivated people generally. Lord, they own say we a lawyer. One sorry, Uncle Juma, we need you. So be driving Range Rover a modern bo. So be try our school fees a modern bo. Ain't get up and go there. Nyankopon so their chain. Ain't no so be sha. Me Nyankopon baby odi me ahye say ambassador say CEO me to me chair etrase eye adwuma because me hu as a privilege say me so me de be som me man na me make mark o baby ameko enti we there their sustainability ne there me office no omo nickname me ho pressure cooker oba pressure ne there oba bin sisia che say ye di we ni shame I say microwave times 2 in 10 na ye koye ni minti no ade a ye sustain ye wie nso a ye yenwo adwuma wie a ye de policies eto. For example, ye will be a friend aftercare ya ade a ye de bar recently within the last year. Why? Won say wunya company ni wie na woni na kasa wakoton ho amana if you wunya company ni wie na wo starting in enya relationship also to me share so I had to say operation. So kwa ebia ye twa wonan ana ye twa baby yi bibi na ye wia eno ye surgery no after care no kra hu hia chain surgery no enti edwuma ye wo free zones me say company no wako catch any say more incentive more tax way more way company naba if they were very wia relationship ben na wo dey hwe no so how are you helping them? And one of the best ways are they are back together through IT. Because almost all the things we say IT friendly. Recently and also about newspaper mu and World Bank project and your friend a single window. I think the project was a big project. We're talking hundreds and thousands of dollars. The World Bank and the Ministry of Trade, Edema Ghana Free Zone Authority say Yenfan set it up this single window and aftercare system. Single window system, I know the akaka no maybe IT no, but the aftercare has been set up and is in operation.
Na enclaves here, ubudi. More plans be more de be expanding.
But also our plans are very
more de be expansion of the enclaves.
Oh, very important because mabo these 5 main enclaves da Tema, Afinia, Kumasi, Takrade, and Shamano. Ya boy no ewieno. Yan kasano I was say expanded because first of all Africa Continental Free Trade, who can say is not only for free zones, it's for all business. It is a siano savlugu ya earmarki bibi o bolsa and also ya yedida. In fact, ye perceive say in all the 16 regions no ye bet me nya special economic zones be facilitated. But you say Rome was not built in a day. Sabi even Shama the NC in Assassino ye from 1995.
Okay.
Ye nya investors are till just we are make us a sign in the next month. It you know I was say Obroni brighten the corner where you are. We the won't say no. Utumi ye no ye na we here na if they we move ako another way a we be so account.
Na mo strategy a mo di invest attract investors no any say
you and no make can say you use various things.
Okay.
You use for example marketing tools, you use international organizations you call mainly presidential visits. Recently, say President call Berlin for the G20 summit, no, and that means we can't be. Into you call, you know, you be road show for Ghana. They are promote but they are promote Ghana. For example, you can call many president you call UAE recently. I want you call and you could do Jumapa. In fact, President Nankasa say one of the organizations we want you to talk to is Ghana Free Zones. In fact, your table do not line. Professor line. In Penufua, Mashisha, or more Arab Italian
United Arab Emirates.
Yes, United Arab Emirates. Dubai. Almost so person Beshe, Ghana and Jumay. Omubiana ebi invest in enclaves. Ebi also person Beshe business process outsourcing and so on and so forth.
Obia bisa Buankra Inland Port.
Yes.
A part of the my agenda.
Yes, a part of the agenda, but Buankra Inland Port, no, and camp free zones, and I share yen yase. Into yen you asase next to Buankra. Yeah, the best support. But Buankra there is under Ministry of Trade, Ministry of Transport, and no, a totally different entity. And you know, idea, yeah, but me, person me used to with it, so I can't say. Ye nyankrophobia or more encroach land ewo ejiso hono free zone land yako court bibia yetua omonso a omenya akwenya akwa asase so no omunyi no muni permit enti emo won say obi person ton asase mawa mento because at the right time no yes you will follow procedure na sa ndan nyina no ye nefio because a government land for special economic zone I be create a juma ama Ghana for na enyo bako for as asenya ode abakoton ama obia wode no beko hawmu.
Okay, now finally significance of AEZO and no for Ghana trade investment in anything.
And no na Mr. Lawrence or say boating lawyer kind say and no the Africa Economic Zones Organization. And also organizations now or more with the Africa Continental Free Trade or more with the export processing zones, that is the special economic zones. And you call in General Assembly recently. And I am they say Ghana you call you know yes retaining as a permanent member of that organization.
Oh, okay. The kwa udi jaya ni say ansana ya zoning to you know politics in kakra.
Me tipa.
Me say the kwa udi jaya ni say.
Oh, I know the American say Ghana Free Zones Authority, you know. Me they say and then finally meaning say wow invited me a few times before. Say me but me catch you say me pese me ba beka in framansem me pese me bana bibi potin ya yede aba the strategy that has been implemented and na say na yebe ko yenim yede beto na Ghana fo nyina ene yen ebe ye adwuma together na yahwe. Now also on the 19th of December so no ye were their friend of the Export Awards a joint collaboration with the Ghana Free Zones Authority and the Ghana Export Promotion Authority, which is GEPA. It's here GFZA or GEPA. Yeah, back together abe presidential awards. President Ankasa ebe attendee. Wamaye mwaes obeba ho. Entino enono yebe awarded companies are omo export abwa Ghana omaye niema esrunku ewo Ghana.
Oh, okay. And we have for your lawyer Ambassador Mike Ocquaye Jnr. say one year Free Zones Authority penimpa oho ena yenene etwen komo Ghana Free Zones Authority penimpa oho ena yenene etwen enkomo no na mewi amema ne de number bia tudwa said ye be ya obi a opese bia utie nkomo mu bi no na oso atimi afre na for further explanations na what me you said it because ya anye ni say obi a betin be say and I'm crowd and one year because idea ka one church mu a go for him say oh Woman, the abrofo by Edman, no maba, no moment task free, no sir, it entails a lot.
And then, yes, Sansadi, and they be Ghana for 60%. Abrofoso can, yes, because Omona or more usually access to the international market. But a idea, they boy Ghanaians to get jobs. A very, very important savings idea. Now, at the foreign exchange is backroom. Because no matter what, you have to bring money to come and operationalize. And also, ebeba. Some of them will keep your musica offshore of Ghanaian banks. And so on and so forth. And this is the whole concept of free zones. Now, maybe a meka, me say, sir, 8 billion na yenyano. Say Ghana, ye need free zones, sir. Or do we call Nigeria? And or do we call Ivory Coast? And the answer, you be compete. Now, you make sure, say, you are competitive and one of the best in the world.
Oh, okay. Snappy one. Election, Bebaso, primaries. Domi Kwabenya constituency of the New Patriotic Party. Now, Domi Kwabenya for you anymore.
Question will be a question and a statement.
You have a question in form of statement.
Oh, almost minima, and no dear, Mammy Momo Arishimu say, Momo and Casabibre, na Emre Pemono say ye be nomination no na yako file ye documents na me a metie a midie Michael Aaron Yao Ninote Ocquaye meka ko fa form no na ma present me ho to the good people of Ocquaye Jnr for the 2024 elections. If God willing, I'm able to win the primaries.
Now Papa want to say.
Oh, very well. So, no time or more, your friend is saying presidential, no, and even the vetting and all of that. First of all, no starting as vetting committee chairman. Oh, yeah, and Osanko, MPP Afrejan, electoral commission chairman. Mwamuno, so now I active. Oboboni na ufie na
can you wanna say, Minini Yebe interviewer, from a day before.
Yes.
Now was sending. Ne right up no e dia mame.
That's right.
Na o say krachi o fe me krachi hwe baby ama highlight no ne sua ne yi na fe fa questions no so ebra
and you see the because I know as you say be team no e dey send o advance yes so yeah right up na wa hwe nyina na me boa enti no yen so de ye sua ne yi pa ye nim say be o me papa enti ya me pesa me kan ho nsem bebre but we know say he's a great man, a great lawyer, a great lecturer and a great statesman.
Yeah, and aboko before us just say abase omo twen
oh aboko bi nyema maba no ke be e share ne ba nu he e ka hye agbe
asema mu nsuru obeba na ne kura de odi gya ne sei
oh ne kura me de gya ene say Ghana Free Zones Authority are ready. Say you be move Niema to the next level. Into businesses now or more exporting more than 70% no. Ye train omo contacting na yemfa enhwe ne ekoso. Na wa opesa wo frɛ Ghana Free Zones bia na umpesa obe internet asembia mebo number no twice 0302 and no the standard inti ubetwin the no atunchen but number na kasa ye 780537 inti 0302 na wafa 780537 yesa ewo info@gfza.gov.gh info no info at gfza.gov.gh. Which you are contacting on any of these areas for any advice, whether it's to do with free zones or even after matters. Say we a free zone company now, person you after we'll give you initial advice before we refer you to any other unit. Mitawase.
Yes, that was a pa Panimpa or that free zones or Ghana Free Zones Authority. And now, was I incoming MP for Ocquaye Jnr? No, ma Adwoa ekoye no
okayfm 101.7